Hey, what is up guys? So we are going to be discussing about Bujins today and how they will be not so hot in the upcoming formats unless something in Legacy of the Valiant absolutely makes this deck broken. But first off, if you guys didn't know, this deck has, been getting a little bit of support. It's getting more support in Shadow Spectres, it's getting more support in Legacy of the Valiant. We've already got, a new XYZ and a new monster that, some players are excited about playing. Now, unfortunately, the deck hasn't been doing anything in OCG. Now, I've talked to a few players that play in the OCG area, meaning over in Japan, and they said, the deck is not that fun, plus the deck is not even that great. If you guys have been watching, what decks have been winning, even in the OCG era, it's still Dragons. That is the deck that has been doing, better than pretty much anything, both in the TCG and OCG area. Now, a lot of players over in the OCG area, they also use DevPro, but I don't know the exact name of what they're using. They're not using the same application, but it's a similar application. It is YGO Pro, a open source application. But Lightsworn is the deck that everyone loves. I mean, Lightsworn has always been popular. Even in the TCG, there's always someone playing Lightsworns. And, in the OCG, it's the same thing. People just love Lightsworn because it's one of those decks where you just kind of sit back and let the milling happen and watch your opponent cringe when they see that you mill, Wolf and Necroguard and all the good cards. And this is coming out relatively soon. It's not out even in OCG yet, but, Judgment Dragon does not care about a lot of the things that Bujin has to offer to protect your motto. I mean, there's the Crane. Well, Judgment Dragon doesn't care about Crane. Turtle, well, don't worry, Judgment Dragon doesn't even target. And so that poor Yamato will actually die. And the problem with a lot of the cards that people are using in Bujins to help try to keep up with the speed of the format, cards like Vandy's Emptiness, Kaiser Coliseum, Goes in Match, Judgment Dragon does not care. So the way I look at it is, if you're interested in playing Bujins, maybe just wait until the deck just doesn't do so hot, because right now some of the cards are kind of expensive. It really just comes down to Yamato. I mean, that's the only card that is actually difficult to get in the deck. Now, as far as even battling Lightsworns, I mean, obviously you won't have a Yamato, so unless you happen to have another Yamato in your hand, you probably already have a Crane in your hand, because you're never going to drop it, because Judgment Dragon's going to blow up everything. So you'll probably, if you can have another Bujin that you can have to drop Crane on another Beast Warrior Bujin, you'll be able to get rid of Judgment Dragon. That way, you also have Quillen to get rid of Judgment Dragon. You also have Bujin Carnation if you really want to get rid of it. But realistically, the way I look at it is, once Judgment Dragon hits the field, there's nothing you can really do about it. Like, unless you have back row to actually stop him, Bottomless, Torrential. But then if you use Torrential, you'll be losing your Bujin. But yeah, Judgment Dragon is just too good of a card against that deck, because a lot of the cards that try to protect your motto, you can't use against Judgment Dragon. And trust me guys, this deck will be very popular simply because everyone will be having access to it. It's a new deck. And I really feel like Bujins will have a hard time next format. So if you have the Bujins right now, you can hold on to them. Maybe they'll be going up a little bit in price once the Mikazuchi, all the other support comes out for the deck. I mean, this card over here kind of, technically can hurt Lightsworn Archmichael, but realistically, I don't think it's going to hurt them that much in the long run. I still think Lightsworn, like you said, because of Judgment Dragon, it's just too good of a card against this deck. But yeah, if you guys have Bujins right now, you can wait, and maybe they'll go up a little bit in price once the hype kind of starts up again, and then it'll drop back down after everyone decides, let's just play Lightsworn, because Lightsworn has a really easy matchup. Simply because, like I mentioned before, all the cards like Kaiser Coliseum, Goes in Match. And the problem with Vandy's Emptiness, guys, is you can't chain it to the summon of Judgment Dragon. You'd have to just flip up Vandy's Emptiness, and at that point, the Lightsworn player can go, oh, okay, let me MST one of these other cards, and then Vandy's Emptiness goes away. Or let me Lila your other card, let me Lila the Kaiser Coliseum, and now Vandy's Emptiness goes away. So that's the way I look at Bujins, and like I said, since it hasn't been doing anything in OCG, and these two cards over here, they're not really going to do anything for the deck. I mean, it's not like a huge boost. I mean, this requires one of your cards to get banished. So I don't really know how good these cards are going to be, unless, like I said, they make something really super good that's coming out in Legacy of the Valiant, which they haven't released yet. I don't think the deck is going to be doing so hot, but those are my thoughts on it, guys. If you guys have any other thoughts, hey, let me know, because the way I look at it right now is, unless you're playing like the Black Garden build, because Lightsworn doesn't really play any back row. If you go Black Garden, you go Susanoo, and then you just attack everything, you OTK them, hey, that might be the actual route to play against against something like Lightsworn because, like I said, the deck doesn't have back row. But you gotta watch out for those Necrogardenas. Those can definitely mess up some stuff too. But anyways, yeah, like I said, let me know your guys' thought. If you guys disagree with me, hey, let me know reasons why, because, like I said, I've been following the OCG, and they've had the Bujins for quite some time. Not the newer ones that aren't out, but these cards, they won't really do any huge significant impacts on the deck. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are below. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Asian Eyes out.